Something deep within you longs for a breakthrough so profound it feels like winning the ultimate prize. This feeling isn't just wishful thinking. A powerful wave of spiritual favor is aligning in your favor, bringing an immediate shift that will overshadow every challenge and heartbreak you faced. The waiting period is over. Your transformation is closer than you realize. Take action now. Watch at least 12 minutes to confirm your openness. Like, subscribe, and comment 77 feet as a sign of alignment with the universe. Then in your own authentic way, comment, ready for what's next, to activate a flow of new blessings and step into a season of undeniable transformation. Chapter 1. You perceived a drought, yet a flood approaches. You settled into a strange numbness, half resigned to a life of near misses and disappointments. You saw glimpses of possibility, sure, but mostly you found yourself scraping by. Quiet nights might find you wrestling with the question, does the cosmic plan actually include me, or am I destined to watch from the sidelines? That question gnawed at you. While others seemed to find swift successes, you felt locked behind invisible doors. Each attempt to forge ahead had you stumbling, as if stuck in a perpetual desert with no map. Then subtle hints sparked your spirit, a random message from a friend, or a dream in which you soared above old limitations. You felt a stirring. Could real, unstoppable good find me right now? In fleeting moments, it felt possible, but your rational mind quickly stifled it, insisting there was no evidence to support such illusions. You might have prayed, tears streaming, wavering between hope and cynicism. Through it all, something kept you afloat, a sliver of faith that refused to die, insisting your life was more than a fruitless cycle. Unbeknownst to you, the dryness you endured prepared the soil of your soul for an outpouring that's bigger than you imagined. Hidden in that dryness was a thirst only divine intervention could quench. And that is exactly why you're on the brink of this radical shift. You needed time to sense the emptiness, to appreciate the magnitude of a full cup once it arrives. The universe doesn't do partial blessings for chosen ones. Once it moves, the scale can rattle your entire world. People around you suspect you've changed. Some question your new quiet confidence. You don't talk like you used to. You're always gazing past the immediate. They can't see what your spirit senses. An incoming wave. Their doubt might even intensify, but you remain unshaken. You've recognized your vantage point as a chosen soul. You detect expansions in the unseen realm before they appear in the physical. That's stirring inside you. Telling you to hold on just a bit longer is no idle fantasy. Others might try to downplay your readiness, cautioning you not to get your hopes up. But they can't grasp that your dryness was never the end. It was the forging ground. God has shaped you through adversity. Each tear, each heartbreak, each near break gave you a capacity to carry blessings that the faint-hearted cannot. You kept your heart open despite repeated disappointments, forging resilience. Now that resilience stands as proof that you can handle the magnitude of favor about to rush in. So if your spirit is trembling with an electric sense that a spiritual lottery is yours to claim, trust it, that fervor is not misguided. You asked for a shift, braved the trial, and you're on the cusp of collecting your spiritual winnings. The desert illusions fade, replaced by a sense of unstoppable momentum. Yes, an unprecedented flood of good is about to sweep into your life. No matter how desolate it once seemed, the dryness was temporary. This approaching wave will fill every crack, every hollow place, testifying that your quiet longing was never wasted. Chapter 2. You deserve this breakthrough. No matter your past missteps, you might feel unworthy to receive an epic blessing. Haunted by regrets or personal failings, you recall times you snapped at loved ones or let fear keep you from chasing opportunities. The memory of your flaws piles up, whispering that maybe you don't deserve such generosity. But that's a distortion. The universe never asks for perfection. It looks at your trajectory. Did you learn from mistakes, strive for authenticity, remain open to deeper spiritual growth? That's what counts, not how flawlessly you performed every time. Look at biblical or historical accounts of people who messed up drastically, yet rose to carry out monumental tasks. Why them? Because a contrite heart, a teachable spirit, can overshadow 1,000 errors. You're no different. If you approach your mistakes with humility and an eagerness to do better, you align yourself with grace, and grace is precisely what opens the door to immeasurable blessings. No matter how your family or critics label you, God's measure is far gentler. When you observe your lineage, you might see cycles of sabotage or patterns of self-defeat, perhaps that conditioned you to downplay your achievements, suspecting they'd crumble eventually. But now you know better. The decision to break free from generational illusions is your testament that you won't replicate toxic patterns. If you had the inner fortitude to end that cycle, trust that you're also strong enough to accept the good that flows in. No single slip-up disqualifies you from God's unstoppable favor. On the contrary, your perseverance under generational weight underscores why you're exactly the right candidate for this spiritual jackpot. Furthermore, the watchers who guard you aren't fixated on your stumbles. They see your soul's fighting spirit. They notice each time you rose from defeat, each time you prayed for guidance instead of wallowing in shame. Their support intensifies when they witness this unstoppable resilience, not stifled by condemnation. They want you to stand tall, to trust that your heartbreak was forging humility, not condemnation. If you let fear of imperfection overshadow your readiness, you effectively hamper heaven's mission for you. That mission, ironically, depends on your willingness to receive blessings so you can channel them to transform your corner of the world. So let go of the misguided notion that your slip-ups define you more than your strides forward. As a chosen soul, you overcame heartbreak after heartbreak for reasons bigger than your personal comfort. Now the universe deems you a fitting vessel for unprecedented blessings, ones that can catalyze not just your life, but also the lives of those you touch. Accept that you deserve this shift because you allowed your pain to refine you, not to kill your empathy or your hope. You remain kind, open, and hungry for alignment. And that's precisely the posture from which unstoppable breakthroughs arise. In short, you are neither too flawed nor too late. This wave is coming because it's your time, shaped by every tear and every lesson. So dismiss the lingering guilt. Let acceptance flood in. Recognize that while you once doubted your place among the fortunate, the universe has always known your readiness. This next leap doesn't revolve around a perfect track record, but a heart resolute in humility and perseverance. The waiting ends. You deserve it fully and unapologetically. Chapter 3. You must realize this favor extends beyond just you. A new chapter of unimaginable favor is about to land in your life. Yes, but if you see it only as a personal windfall, you risk missing part of God's bigger plan. Chosen ones rarely receive blessings merely for their own comfort. The universe invests in you so that your transformation can resonate outward, affecting families, workplaces, entire communities. Picture it like this. A single lit candle in a dark room becomes a gateway for multiple flames to be kindled. That's your role. Your windfall is designed to bless your orbit, not just your immediate needs. So while you brace for this giant wave of good, ask yourself, how can I funnel these resources or this new authority to uplift others? The question isn't rhetorical. For instance, if money arrives, maybe you help fund an educational project or sponsor a friend's dream. If you land a leadership role, maybe you advocate for policies that support the underrepresented. If your emotional burdens lift, you might mentor those still trapped in despair. The point is, your fortune catalyzes a ripple effect. You're chosen to break curses, but also to spark awakenings around you. This communal perspective might conflict with how you once believed success should look, where you scrambled to secure your gain from envy or sabotage. Yet ironically, generosity cements your blessings in place. As you give or share from your overflow, the universe sees that you handle blessings responsibly. That expands your capacity to receive more. Clinging fearfully to what you have doesn't align with the unstoppable flow of abundance you're meant to channel. Let your watchers handle the negativity that tries to leech from you while you focus on purposeful distribution of your blessings. New gifts. Maybe you worry about being taken advantage of. That's where discernment comes in. You can absolutely protect yourself from those who exploit while still helping the sincere. This is your calling, to remain open yet wise. Not everyone deserves access to your entire reservoir. Some folks, due to envy or manipulation, aim to drain you, but many hearts will genuinely need the example or resources you provide. Trust your watchers to guide you in discerning who truly aligns with your mission. So as you step into a wave of fortune, keep your boundaries firm and your heart open. At a deeper spiritual level, your watchers orchestrate many moving parts so that, once you step into your blessings, others see living proof that it's possible to break generational curses. You become a beacon, carrying an unspoken message. I was once bound, and now I'm free. As it can happen for me, it can happen for you. No sermon can match the authority of a life thoroughly changed. That's why the universe invests heavily in chosen souls. It requires tangible evidence that faith and perseverance can conquer inherited burdens. Embracing this dynamic ensures the wavy ride remains unstoppable, sustained by the synergy of giving and receiving. By dedicating part of your bounty to sow seeds of hope, you align deeper with the universe's reason for choosing you, and that alignment intensifies the unstoppable nature of your ascension. While the immediate transformation is personal, a sweeping relief from dire circumstances, the ultimate story is far larger. You are a nucleus of renewal, an anchor for blessings that outlive you. Dare to see the cosmic scope and watch how your unstoppable success grows even more powerful, fulfilling not just your personal prayers, but also the silent cries of many. Chapter 4. You're summoned to integrate rest and purpose. Anticipating a big shift can tempt you to sprint nonstop. Yet overexertion destroys clarity. If you ignore your body's signals, you risk sabotaging your readiness to claim the spiritual lottery the universe dangles. Ironically, the best approach is mixing purposeful action with real rest. Your watchers don't want you dragging yourself across the finish line, exhausted and half aware. They want you vibrant, able to pivot swiftly when a new door opens. Check your daily habits. Do you get enough sleep, or are late-night worries robbing your dawn clarity? Are you fueling yourself properly or living on tailed caffeine? The universe invests blessings in those who can handle them, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Thus, building daily routines that replenish your energy isn't just self-care, it's preparation. Each time you choose rest over frantic hustle, you show faith, trusting your watchers to orchestrate events behind the scenes. Meanwhile, keep your purpose central. Take steps, finishing that resume, learning new skills, or starting a side project, but do it from a calm certainty, not frantic stress. Purpose-driven action quells anxiety because it's targeted. Rather than scattering your energy on random tasks, focus on endeavors aligned with your calling. This approach ensures you preserve stamina for what truly bridges you to destiny. You may feel guilt, as though you must earn blessings through sacrifice. Recognize that this is old conditioning. Real spiritual overflow doesn't emerge from self-punishment. Yes, consistent, purposeful work matters, but God's favor isn't rationed by how many sleepless hours you rack up. A chosen one's path is about alignment. Combining mindful action with rest reveals your trust in your watchers to do their part, free from illusions of proving worthiness. By balancing rest and purpose, you heighten spiritual sensitivity. Fatigue can dull your awareness of subtle synchronicities. Honoring your body keeps you receptive to the universe's nudges, be it a random call at an odd hour or a chance conversation in a coffee shop. That single nudge might unlock your unstoppable breakthrough. But if you're too exhausted, you'll miss it. Paradoxically, rest is part of your path to radical success. Moreover, this harmony between rest and purpose becomes your template for handling blessings once they arrive. The wave you anticipate may bring greater responsibilities, bigger platforms, and wider influence. And if you're already burned out, you'd crumble. Practicing healthy rhythms now ensures you can carry expansions gracefully, shining without burning out. That's the unstoppable life of a chosen one. Not racing to prove worth, but stewarding your unique calling. With thoughtful, confident balance by interweaving rest and purpose, you're fully prepared for the swift pivot from struggle to unstoppable favor. Chapter 5. You hear the echo of doubt. but you're unshaken. Though you sense real progress, doubt can still flare up, often sparked by a harsh memory or a friend warning you that success seldom appears out of nowhere. As a chosen one, you stand between the negativity that shaped your past and the bright future calling you. Will you let fleeting doubt overshadow your growing certainty? Absolutely not. You've battled too hard, both externally and internally, to abandon hope now. Notice how doubt tries to snare you. It might replay a past failure. Remember when you thought everything would change, and it didn't? But that was a different chapter, when you were less prepared. Or it points to your family's track record, implying genes or upbringing limit you. Yet you know better. Breaking generational patterns proves you can outrun any label. The watchers see your persistence. One than before doesn't erase your unstoppable momentum now. Another tactic doubt invokes is practicality, insisting you lack resources or connections. But each chosen soul's story shows God doesn't need usual methods to bless you. Miracles often bypass ordinary processes. If the universe can orchestrate a random conversation or prompt a mentor to appear for you, then to dismiss it, the concept of impossible vanishes in the face of divine alignment. Keep a mental arsenal for doubt, maybe a powerful quote or a verse, or recall a previous triumph over the seemingly impossible. Each time doubt attacks, counter with those memories. Also, watchers often bolster your confidence through signs, repeating numbers, symbolic animals crossing your path at pivotal moments. Recognizing such signals as more than coincidence deflates doubt's grip. Realize, too, that doubt often intensifies because your breakthrough is near. Negative forces thrash hardest when they're losing ground. See it as a backhanded confirmation. If your destiny weren't about to blossom, you wouldn't face such fierce pushback. Thus, each surge of doubt can sharpen your resolve if you handle it well. Standing in faith doesn't deny fear. It redirects focus to the bigger reality. The universe plotted your journey. Watchers guard you. Your struggles equipped you for this unstoppable grace. Doubt can squeak all it wants. You choose which voice to feed. And as you strengthen your faith, the unstoppable wave behind you gathers momentum. Soon you'll look back and realize how feeble doubt was compared to your unyielding drive to ascend. That moment could be now, so let doubt remain mere background noise, outshone by the roar of your unstoppable trust in a future already shifting in your favor. Chapter 6. You're called to celebrate the victory before it fully manifests. Chosen ones understand that faith often looks like madness. Imagine praising God for a harvest when seeds barely show in the soil, or rejoicing about a job you've only just applied for. To outsiders, it seems odd. Yet your watchers know the universe delights when you celebrate blessings in the spiritual realm first. That celebration accelerates their arrival, declaring your unwavering acceptance of what's on the way. How do you celebrate early without denying reality? Start with small acts of gratitude, journaling daily about even tiny progress, lighting a candle each morning and saying, "Thank you for the unstoppable wave heading my way," or playing a triumphant sound that embodies your unwavering hope. Some might think you're forcing positivity, but you recognize that if watchers say it's coming, you believe wholeheartedly. Such gestures train your mind to see each update as part of the bigger promise unfolding. You build momentum by sharing your excitement with those who respect your spiritual perspective. Maybe there's one friend who supports your done deal mindset. Talk to them about your certainty, letting them cheer you on rather than sow doubt. This energy magnifies confidence. If you worry about oversharing, keep it to a small trusted circle. Not everyone can handle your level of faith, so protect your positivity with discernment. Another way to celebrate is by living as if. If you anticipate more finances, begin organizing your money as though you're about to handle larger amounts. Open a new savings account or research investments. If you sense a move coming, start decluttering or exploring neighborhoods. You're not acting irresponsibly or blowing money you don't have. You're signaling readiness. You're proving you won't scramble once the outpour comes. This practice helps quell the fear of, what if it doesn't happen? Because each pre-celebration act cements your trust. The shift moves from if to when. Stepping into a feeling of certainty, that mental pivot, is often what the universe waits for, a sign that your heart and mind are primed for what you've prayed about. Finally, celebrating before the victory becomes your model for handling future expansions. This might not be your last big blessing. By greeting each impending shift with joy and practical readiness, you cultivate a life that evolves with minimal friction. Rather than being rattled by sudden expansions, you dance with them, welcoming each new wave as a friend. That's how unstoppable you become. The wave arrives and you're already smiling, arms open. You've been celebrating all along, trusting God to honor watcher signals. When the blessing hits, it finds a heart ready, letting a first taste of success quickly evolve into a lasting triumph. Chapter 7. You emerge as a conduit of hope for everyone watching. When the wave arrives, when your spiritual lottery hits, people around you will see how quickly life can transform. Some might call it luck, but you know it's divine orchestration, plus the fruit of your unwavering stance. Now it's time to own your example. Many urgently need proof that they can break out of generational curses or crippling heartache into unstoppable grace. Your story isn't just a personal triumph. It's a beacon for those trapped in self-doubt or toxic cycles. First, spot who is open to your story. Not everyone is ready. Some will roll their eyes, calling you lucky without wanting the deeper truth. That's okay. You can't open closed hearts, but plenty silently hunger for hope. That life can pivot from gloom to brilliance. Share your journey gently, showing how close you came to giving up and how watchers supported you. Explain how faith, small but intentional steps, and self-compassion paved the path to radical transformation. Each detail could spark someone else's awakening. Remember, your watchers champion this role. Their protection wasn't just for you, but for everyone who draws inspiration from your narrative. Approach your new responsibility humbly but confidently. People may call you an expert, yet you know it was grace, not your own power, that broke your chains. Still, your cooperation with that grace shaped the result. Telling that balanced story, divine help meeting active participation, shows it's within anyone's grasp if they choose alignment. Prepare for hearts to open in your presence. People who once hovered in your shadow might approach you, sharing secrets or asking how they can replicate your leap of faith. Offer understanding, recalling how cornered you once felt. By acknowledging your own struggles and defeats, you become relatable, letting them see themselves in your journey. Meanwhile, your surroundings shift. Freed from illusions and old cycles, you'll attract peers who embrace unstoppable living. Collaborations may emerge, leading to joint projects or initiatives that help others break free too. Synergy can propel your message beyond your immediate sphere. You might hold a small group, start an online forum, or simply chat with a coworker, planting hope with every conversation. In this grand tapestry, your personal surge from dryness to overflow isn't just for your personal gain. It's a rallying cry for others. They too can rewrite limiting histories. By occupying your fresh vantage point, you broadcast that destiny can be reshaped, not by a perfect track record, but by a spirit that keeps believing. The unstoppable wave found you because you were prepared. Now each step resonates with unstoppable energy, forming a blueprint for the lost and hurting who long for the shift. You confirm it's real. It's unstoppable. And they can claim it too, if they dare to stand as you did.